From the very beginning of the season, it was clear that Mercedes was facing an uphill battle against the formidable Red Bull team. Despite doubling down on their zero-pod design, the results were lackluster and doubts crept in. But then, Toto Wolff sprung into action, realizing that changes were needed, and fast. One of the most significant moves was bringing back James Allison, the genius behind the groundbreaking W11, to the team. With his renowned expertise, there was a glimmer of hope that Mercedes could turn the tide and challenge Red Bull's dominance. Could Mercedes pull off a remarkable turnaround and challenge Red Bull's dominance? Let's find out. Recently, the news broke that Mercedes has brought in the big guns, none other than James Allison, to bolster their arsenal. Allison, who will now be at the helm of the W14's development, is set to shake things up. While changes may not be immediate, Red Bull should be feeling the heat. For over a year now, the Red Bull squad has been ruling the ground effect era with an iron grip, thanks in no small part to their talented drivers Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez. But let's not forget the genius behind the scenes, CTO Adrian Newey. Newey, who was schoolmates with the likes of Jeremy Clarkson at Repton School in England, is an absolute wizard when it comes to aerodynamics. With a staggering 10 championship-winning cars to his name, he's truly a force to be reckoned with. And when it was revealed that this Formula One era would revolve around ground effect aerodynamics, you can bet there was a grin as wide as Red Bull's current lead on his face. Why? Because Newey practically wrote the book on ground effect. His university thesis was a masterpiece on the subject, and there simply hasn't been anyone who could challenge him on the grid. Until now, that is. In a move that caught many by surprise, Mercedes has decided to shake things up in their technical department, opting for sweeping changes to turn their fortunes around. And guess who's back? James Allison, the prodigal son of Mercedes, has returned to his former glory as a technical director, a role he held during the team's triumphant years from 2017 to 2021. It's a homecoming that has Mercedes fans buzzing with anticipation. But that's not all. Mike Elliott, who had been in the role of technical director for the past 2 years, has taken a surprising U-turn, moving into a new position that focuses on long-term strategic planning. He'll be playing a crucial role in shaping the direction of the team for the upcoming 2026 regulation changes. Talk about a shake-up! Mercedes is clearly pulling out all the stops to get back on track after a rocky start to their second successive season. After an internal review prompted by none other than Mike Elliott, it was revealed that the team's design philosophy, carried over from the ill-fated W13, has led them astray. It takes guts to acknowledge a misstep, and kudos to Elliott for his self-awareness and humility in recognizing that he may not be the right person for the job. The desire for change at the top level of Mercedes' technical structure is palpable. Elliott's bold move to initiate this review shows his unwavering commitment to excellence and his determination to set things right. But is Allison the right man to rescue Mercedes? Well, when it comes to Formula One race car design and aerodynamics, Adrian Newey may be the undisputed king. But let's not forget about how James Allison is his closest rival on the grid. Allison's career has been nothing short of illustrious, with stints at Benetton, LaRousse and Ferrari, where he led their aero department during their golden era. It was during his tenure at Ferrari that the team experienced an unprecedented run of success, winning 5 consecutive championships from 2000 to 2004. The cars he helped design were simply untouchable, dominating the grid and etching their names in the history books of the sport. Allison then made the move to Renault in 2005, serving as deputy technical director and contributing to back-to-back titles. His genius was further recognized when he ascended to the role of technical director in 2009. The Lotus cars he designed in 2012 and 2013 were true race winners, showcasing his exceptional talent and prowess in the field of aerodynamics. In 2013, Allison returned to Ferrari, this time as chassis technical director, further solidifying his reputation as one of the brightest minds in Formula One. But in a heart-wrenching turn of events, Allison bid farewell to Ferrari in 2016. Following the tragic loss of his wife, he then joined Mercedes as a replacement for Paddy Lowe, taking on the role of technical director, a position he held with pride until 2021 when Mercedes implemented their succession plan. Allison's influence on Formula One car design cannot be overstated. He has been a driving force behind the creation of some of the most dominant cars in F1 history, including the legendary Ferrari F2004 and the formidable Mercedes W11. So his return to the forefront of F1, where he will once again take charge of the day-to-day design of Mercedes' car, is undoubtedly sending shivers down the spines of rival teams. However, will Allison's comeback result in an instant turnaround for Mercedes? That remains to be seen. The team had already set their design philosophy for the 2022 season, with the introduction of ground effect regulations, before Allison stepped aside for Elliott. The effects of that decision may not become apparent until months later, adding an air of uncertainty to Mercedes' current situation. It's worth noting that Allison's return to Ferrari wasn't all smooth sailing. He had to tackle the notorious challenge of the Ferrari F14T, which was known for its tricky aerodynamics. Despite his impressive track record, Allison was caught off guard by the new regulations, and the 2015 car struggled to make a mark. It just goes to show that even the best in the business can be taken by surprise, as Allison himself is human after all. Even before stepping into Elliott's position, you could already sense the subtle hints of improvement, with Allison's unmistakable touches evident all over Mercedes. The team showed a promising surge in performance in the last race, leaving fans eagerly anticipating what's to come after Imola. Adding to the intrigue, Elliott, who has now stepped down as technical director, was previously the head of aerodynamics at Mercedes during their most dominant period. It's hard to believe that his expertise has vanished overnight. After all, he played a crucial role in Mercedes' incredible success, and his abilities are unquestionable. The timing of this change in Mercedes' technical department is certainly intriguing, as it comes at a time when Lewis Hamilton's future with the team hangs in the balance. Hamilton has been vocal about his discontent with how his suggestions were overlooked during the off-season, and with his elusive 8th world title still out of reach, Mercedes may be making this personnel switch to appease their star driver. With contract talks still looming, Mercedes can now play a trump card by reminding Hamilton that Allison, the mastermind behind his championship-winning cars from 2017 to 2020, is now back in the driver's seat of designing next year's car. It's a compelling bargaining chip that could sway Hamilton's decision to sign another contract with the team. While Allison may not be able to make immediate changes until the late 2023 upgrade packages are introduced, signs of progress from this point onward could be crucial in securing Hamilton's signature. Of course, there may be a period of transition as Allison and Elliott settle into their new roles, and chief designer John Owen adjusts his focus from budget cap adherence to car design. However, unlike a completely new signing, this reshuffle seems to be more of a return to the old dynamic, which should help everyone involved find their footing quickly. Adrian Newey, the mastermind behind Red Bull's aerodynamic dominance, initially stepped back from Formula One due to frustration with the direction of the sport. He returned to a more hands-on role in 2019, leading to immediate success. Ferrari's Rory Byrne also came out of retirement to design last year's F175. Designers like Newey and Byrne are becoming increasingly hard to replace in the ever-evolving world of F1. Dan Fallows, who worked under Newey, is now taking on a technical director role, but a single misstep could be detrimental to his rising career. Mercedes is now hoping for a similar outcome with their own Newey figure. However, the uncertainty and anticipation of success loom large, as the replacements for these iconic technical leaders may lack the same spark that made their predecessors legends in the field. The landscape of Formula One continues to evolve, with teams vying for supremacy and technological advancements shaping the sport's future. Red Bull will definitely have their eyes on Mercedes and their upcoming upgrades. They've been ruling the track this season with their dominant performances. But could their reign be coming to an end? As for James Allison's return to Mercedes, it's certainly an intriguing development. Can they recapture their past greatness? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let the speculation begin.